Good morning, students. Now, in our 11th lecture, in our 10th lecture, today we are having our 10th lecture. So, in our 10th lecture, we are going to be start with the remaining numericals or numeric questions of our chapter number 8, that is magnetism and properties of magnetic substances of the back numerical exercise questions. Clear? Now, yesterday I have just been given you the homework that one numerical number 5, this numerical you have to do by your own, that the value of magnetizing field has been given and is the value of, it produces the magnetic field of 8 pi t in a sample of an iron rod. Then we have to find the value of relative magnetic permeability of the sample. Clear? So, in this numerical, I hope that you all have solved this numerical, but I am just solving it out so you can just check whether your answer is correct or not. Okay. So, according to the question, the given values are H is equals to 2 into 10 to the power 3 ampere per meter. Okay. Ampere per meter, and the value of the magnetic field is 8 pi Tesla. Now you know the formula for this is mu is equals to B upon H and B is equals to mu H. Now the relation for the mu, that mu R is the medium to vacuum. So from here for the medium is for the magnetic permeability, that is mu naught into mu R. So we are applying here. So B is equals to mu naught mu R H. B is your magnetic field, mu naught is your magnetic permeability in a vacuum, this is your relative magnetic permeability, and H is your magnetizing field. So we have to be calculate the value of relative magnetic permeability. So just calculate it only. So B upon mu naught into H. Clear? Okay. So now here we have to put the values, that is mu R is equals to 8 pi upon value of B is your 8 pi, mu naught is, you know the value beta, 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7, and value of H is given in the question, that is 2 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, so pi and pi cancel out, 4 has been cancelled out it by 2 times, 2 and 2 has been cancelled out, minus 7 and plus 3 it will be your minus 4, it going to the upside. So the value for the relative magnetic permeability is 10 to the power minus 4. That's it. This is the answer. Clear? Okay. Now moving toward our next question. Question number 6. So here our question number 6. A sample of volume is 30 centimeter cube is placed in magnetic field of 5 oersted. The magnetic moment induced is 6 ampere per meter square. Find magnetic induction. This is your question number 6. Okay. Now in this question, what are the given values? First of all, as the question come across to you even in the exams also, first of all just see that what are the given values and which value, which physical quantities has been asked you to calculate, to find. Okay, and for that only you have to be apply the formula with the given values. Okay, because we know for a single value there are many formulas, but we have to be focused on the given value. That's why it will be easy for us when we have write the given values. Clear? So first of all, what are the given values beta in the question? The volume has been given. The magnetizing field Oersted is there, so magnetizing field 5 is given. The value of magnetic moment is also be given, 6 ampere per meter square. And you have to be calculate the magnetic induction, means the value of induced magnetic field, B only. Okay, so volume has been given 30 centimeter cube. Now the first most important thing, the value has been given in centimeter cube. So we have to be convert into meter cube beta. 30 into 10 to the power minus 6, 10 to the power minus 2 to the whole cube. So 3 into 2, 6, 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. Value of magnetizing field is given, that is your 5 Oersted. And the magnetic moment is also be given, that is 6 ampere per meter square. Clear? Now you have to be calculate the induced magnetic field, magnetic induction. Okay. So B, formula is mu naught H plus I. Magnetizing field plus magnetization. So we don't have the value of intensity of magnetization. Then we have to be apply the formula of it. So you know the formula beta. What is the formula of magnetization? I am just writing it out. Magnetic moment per unit volume. Clear? Now, in this, we are going to put the values. You know the value of mu naught 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. H is given 5 into 10 to the power 3. Okay. Now the value of the magnetic moment is 6 and volume is 30 into 10 to the power minus 6. Now if we are going to solve it out, B is equals to 4 into pi 3.14 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, and in the bracket 5 into 10 to the power 3, 6 5s are 30, 1 upon 5 is your 2 and 0.2, so it will be your 200 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, now 200 plus 5 is your 205. So B is equals to 4 into 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 7. 200 plus 5 is your 205, and this will be your minus plus 3. Okay, it's only beta a 5 only. Okay, no term is there, by mistake I have written. So 205 into 10 to the power 3. When you have solved it out all the terms, then you get the value. You can even solve by your own. That value will be 2574.8 minus 7 plus 3 or minus 4. So we can release this in the form of 0.257 Tesla. This will be your answer. Clear? Okay. Just remember which formula we have to be used. This is completely like that. Even in this chapter, not even any tricky questions will be arise. Just simple to the best question will be arise from this chapter. Clear? Okay. Moving toward with our next question, that is question number 7. So in the question number 7, a sample of ferromagnetic material of mass 0.6 kg and density 7.8 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube is placed in a alternating magnetic field of frequency 50 Hz if the area of hysteresis loop is 0.722 meter square. Find the hysteresis loss per second. Okay, so this is your question number 7, and in this question, first of all, the material which we have used is our ferromagnetic material, which has this strong attraction field. Okay, its mass has been given, that is 0.6 kg, and its density is also be given, that is 7.8 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube. So the units will be the as we want, so there is no need of the unit, change the unit. Okay, now the frequency has been given of the alternating magnetic field, that is 50 Hz. Okay, and the area is also be given 0.722 meters square. Now you have to calculate the hysteresis loss per second. Okay, so first of all we have to write down the given values. So the mass of sample of ferromagnetic material is M equals to 0.6 kg. Density D is 7.8 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube. Frequency N is your 50 Hz and area is of your 0.722 meters square. Now you have to calculate the hysteresis loss per second. Now even yesterday we have discussed about the hysteresis loss, okay, in our yesterday's video, that it was the per unit second. So it's your VAN, the formula, maybe I haven't written the formula in yesterday's video, you may write it from here, that is VAN. V is your volume, okay, A is the area, N is the frequency. So here in the question we don't have the value of volume, so you know it very well. The formula for the volume is mass per density, mass upon density, that we can utilize here. Okay, mass upon density, area and frequency. So here I am just writing the values which is given in the question. Okay, that is mass 0.6, density 7.8 10 to the power 3, area is 0.722 and frequency is your 50. Now when you have calculated this hysteresis loss per second, then you get the value 2.77 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. Because what is the hysteresis loss? Why I am writing here the unit joule? Because The hysteresis loss is even that the energy which has not been received at the time of demagnetization, which we have given at the time of magnetization. Okay, that completely energy has been converted into the heat form of heat energy even, or just for the work done in rotating the domain. Okay, that's why the unit, it was in the form of energy only. Okay, so that's why we have used here joule. So work done per second, so per second is already given, so it was only joule. Clear? Okay, now moving toward the question, next question, that is our question number 8. And here is our question number 8. The Curie temperature of ferromagnetic material is 300 Kelvin. If the magnetic susceptibility at 450 Kelvin is 0.6, find Curie constant for it. Okay, so in this question, the value of Curie temperature for the ferromagnetic material has been given, and the value of absolute temperature is also be given, and the value of magnetic susceptibility is also be given. Simple question is this, just we have to be write down the values in the formula. So first of all, the given values beta. Curie temperature is your 300 Kelvin. The absolute temperature is your 450 Kelvin. And the magnetic susceptibility is your 0.6. Now the formula which we have used here, the magnetic susceptibility is Curie constant upon absolute temperature minus the Curie temperature. Okay, so we have to put the values only. 0.6, this we have to find 450 minus 300. So from here, C is equals to 0.6 multiplied by 150, and your answer will be 90 Kelvin. Okay, 90 Kelvin. This is your answer. Simple as that. Just you have to put the values in the question, in the formulas. So for that, it will make you easy when you have first write the given values. Okay, then you are able to apply the formula, that which formula is used. Okay, moving toward the next question, and next question is our question number 9. Okay, that the magnetic susceptibility for a paramagnetic material is 0.60 at 120 Kelvin. Find its magnetic susceptibility at 27 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now in this question number 9, what are the given values that the magnetic susceptibility for the paramagnetic material has been given and its temperature is also be given in the form of 120 Kelvin. Now the another temperature for the is 27 degrees Celsius. So first of all we have to be convert this into the Kelvin form, and then at this temperature what is the value of the magnetic susceptibility for the paramagnetic material, that we have to be calculate. Okay, clear? So the previous question which we have solved is about the ferromagnetic material. So the formula applied is chi m. The magnetic susceptibility is equals to C upon T minus Tc. But this one is your paramagnetic, for the paramagnetic material. So the formula will be changed in this question. Okay. So according to Curie law, that chi m is equals to C upon T, that the absolute temperature is inversely proportional to the magnetic susceptibility. C is your constant. C is Curie constant. So two values of magnetic susceptibility at different temperature that we have to be calculate. So I am just taking the ratios of two magnetic susceptibility. So the ratios of temperature is T2 upon T1 because it was inversely proportional to each other. Now the values which is given in the question is, the first value susceptibility is 0.60 and for it the temperature is 120 Kelvin. Another one you have to be calculated, but for that the temperature is given at 27 degrees Celsius. So you have to be convert into Kelvin, so add by 273, that is 300 Kelvin. Clear? Okay. Now all the values are there, three terms are there, and you have to be calculate one term, okay, out of 4. So chi m2 you have to be calculate, so it will become T1 upon T2 into chi m1. Just simply put it down all the values. So 120 upon 300 into 0.60. Okay. So when you have calculated this, then you get the value 0.24. Okay. How? Simple as that. When you remove the decimal, here is 100. Okay. 0 and 0 has been cancelled out. 3 2 is 6, 12 2 is 24, and here the decimal is there. Okay. So 0.24. Clear? This will the value of the magnetic susceptibility for the temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, or we can say 300 Kelvin. Okay. If any of the one values has been given in the form of the Kelvin, then another also we have to be convert into Kelvin form if it is given in the centigrade. Okay. If yes, if both the values are in the centigrade, then no issue for the changing the unit, because after taking the ratios the units will be cancelled out, and magnetic susceptibility doesn't have any unit. But if the any of the one value is given in the Kelvin, another one in centigrade, then first of all you have to be convert that values. Otherwise, if you directly put the values, then the answer will be wrong. It will not be the correct one. Clear? Okay. Now moving towards the next question, that is our question number 10. Okay. And here the question: an iron rod of cross section 4 centimeters square, this is the area, okay, is placed parallel to a magnetic field of 10 to the power 3 ampere per meter if the magnetic flux passing through it is 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 Weber. Find magnetic permeability relative permeability relative magnetic permeability, okay, and magnetic susceptibility of iron. In a one single question we have to be calculate the three terms, okay. We have to be calculate the magnetic permeability, relative magnetic permeability and the magnetic susceptibility, okay. Means even both are just correlated to each other one by one, and the given term, the area has been given, magnetizing field has been given, and the flux, value of the flux is also be given, okay. So first of all we may write the given terms only. So given values, that the area is of your 4 centimeter square. So first of all we have to be convert this area into the meter square. So 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 means 10 to the power minus 2 to the whole square into the minus 4 meter square. Magnetizing field of your 10 to the power 3 ampere per meter. Magnetic flux is of your 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 Weber. Okay, now from here first of all we have to be calculate the magnetic field from the formula of the magnetic flux. You know phi is equals to BA. So from here B is equals to phi upon A. So phi is your 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 and area will be 4 into 10 to the power minus 4. So value will be 1 Tesla. Now from here we can easily calculate the value of magnetic permeability. How? That B is equals to mu H. And you know mu is equals to B upon H. So B is your 1, H is your 10 to the power minus 3. So magnetic permeability is 10 to the power 3 Weber per ampere meter. First thing we have calculate magnetic permeability. Another we have to be calculate the relative magnetic permeability, that is mu R is equals to mu upon mu naught. So value of mu is right now you have calculated 10 to the power 3, okay, and mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Then you can get the value 796.17. This will be your next answer. And third one that you have to calculate is your magnetic susceptibility. Chi-m. And this you have to be calculate by your own. Okay. Two terms I have calculated, the magnetic permeability and relative magnetic permeability, and the one you have to be calculate by your own, that is your magnetic susceptibility. Clear? Okay. Now, okay, here I have done one mistake, that in the minus form, the value of the magnetizing field is given in the +3, so it will be become -3. Okay, so this is your question number 10, and the value of magnetic susceptibility in this question you have to be solved by your own, because how many times such type of the question we have solved, and even we have used the formulas also. Okay, clear? Now moving toward the next question, that is the question number 11. And here is the question. Question number 11 is a circular coil of 100 tons of radius 0.05 meter has a current 0.1 ampere. Find the work done in rotating it by 180 degree in a field of 1.5 Tesla. Okay, this is your question number 11, and in this question the number of turns of a circular coil has been given 100 turns, and the radius of the circular coil is of a 0.05 ampere. Current, the value of current is given, that is of your 0.1 ampere, and the magnetic field value has been given 1.5 Tesla, and the angle is your 180 degree. You have to be find the work done in rotating it by 180 degree. It means the previously it was at 0 degree. Okay, this we have applied the formula, calculate the formula. So first of all we have write the given values. So radius is of your 0.05 no 0.05 meter. Okay, the magnetic number of turns is your 100 turns, and the current has been given, that is of your 0.1 ampere. Magnetic field of your 1.5 Tesla. Theta 1 is of your 0 degree, and theta 2 is of your 180 degree. Now you have to be calculate the work done. If you not be forgot the formula, then we are having the formula MB cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Okay, simply we have to put the formulas. So directly for the magnetic moment, no any values has been given in the question. So first of all we have to be change this. So it was for the current carrying value for circular coil. So magnetic moment is your NIA. If it was for the bar magnet, then it will be your M into L, pole strength into the effective length. Okay, magnetic field B cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Now area, directly area is not be given, so we have to apply the formula for the circular coil, that is your pi r square B cos theta 2 cos theta 1. Now number of turns, current, radius, magnetic field, and the angle values has already given in the question. Simply we have to put the values. Number of turns is your 100, current is your 0.1, value of pi is 3.14, radius is of your 0.05 to the square, magnetic field is of your 1.5, and I am here writing the thetas. Okay, so cos 180 degree minus cos 0 degree. Okay, so cos 0 is your 1, and it will be your minus 1. So minus minus plus minus 2, and minus has been cancelled out, 2 is there. So directly I am writing beta. Are you able to understand what I am saying? That cos 180 has the value minus 1. Cos 0 is having the value 1. So minus 1, minus sign is already given in the equation, then 1. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. Minus and minus has been cancelled out, 2 is there. So 2 into 100 into 0.1 into 3.14 into 0.05 to the square into 1.5. And this is your work. You have to be solved. I am writing the values, okay? Just check it out whether the value is correct or not. 0.236 joule. Okay, once check it the values. 0.236 joule. This is the answer of this question. Clear? Okay. The calculation may be the lengthier one, but just remember it was simply right based question. Now, as you have just seen the formula that W is m minus mb cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, the value of magnetic moment is not be given in the question. Then now what we have to do? What? Simply apply the values, the basic formulas. Okay, here NIA, A is not be there, pi r square. Okay, clear? Now moving toward the last question of this chapter, of this last numerical, that is your numerical number 12. Okay, and here the numerical, that a coil in the form of unilateral triangle of side L is suspended in magnetic field B, which is perpendicular to plane of coil if the current in the coil is I and it experiences a torque. Find the expression for length of one side of the triangle. Now this question is your theoretical based question. Okay, in this question, that a triangle has been given and you have to be calculate its side. This is a unilateral triangle of your side L, and the current which is flowing in this triangle is your I. Okay, so like this the triangle, here the angle will be of a 90 degree. This will be remembered, theta is of your 90 degree. So a unilateral triangle is there. In this the current is flowing, beta. Okay, so it was of your length L, triangle is having the length L, and current I is flowing in this triangle, and this is the direction of the magnetic field. Now the torque which has been experienced is your MB sin theta, sin 90 is your 1. So MB, M is your NIA. I'm writing the formula, beta. Don't be confused. So here torque, only one turn is there. Okay, 1. And current I is flowing. Just remember for the unit lateral, the area will be under the root 3 by 4 L square. This directly you have to learn. And B. Now from here, we have to find the length of the one side of a triangle. So L square is equals to 4 torque upon under the root 3 I into B. Now we have to be remove the square from here. Then you get the value L is equals to 4 torque root 3 I B to the power 1 by 2. Okay? Clear? And this is the answer. This you have to be remember that the area for the unilateral triangle is your under the root 3 by 4 L square. This you have to be remember. After putting this value, the question will become simple for you. Okay? You have just, it was asked the expression for the length of one side of a triangle. That's it, nothing like the value. That's why I'm not writing its unit centimeter or meter, because it was the expression first of all, and I don't know the length is given which is in centimeter or in a meter. Okay? Clear? So by this our chapter number 8 has been completed. In our next lecture, next video, we are going to start with our 9th chapter, that is your EMI, electromagnetic induction. Okay? And in today's homework, you have to be complete the entire notes, questions, each and everything of this chapter. Clear? So that after completion of this chapter, we may start forward proceeding with our next chapter. Clear? Thank you. That's all for today.